Lewis, and today I would like to publish a short preview of football games on the card in the upcoming weekend. It's 9th of September today, and we have a full card of European League games after the World Cup qualifiers. Um, so tomorrow is Saturday, and let's have a closer look at Premier League games, and I'll try to find some value bets for everyone interested. Okay. So Premier League, and we have a big game to start. Manchester Derby, Manchester United and Manchester City, and United 238 to win, City 3.4. As we can see, Sergio Aguero is suspended, so take that into account when placing your bets. When we look at the standings, both teams won the three first games. Manchester City were a bit more convincing. Their goal difference is 9-3, with United's 6-1, which is pretty good as well. But you can see both teams are really doing very good at the moment. Manchester City is on a run of 5 wins. Recently they beat West Ham 3-1, which is a pretty easy win. They were leading 2-0 at half-time. Manchester United won with Hull, but it was a win after a very late goal by Rashford, even though they were really dominating the game. Is there any value of going ahead with the bets? This is a match where anything really can happen. It is, for me, it is a 50-50 call. So 3.4 for Manchester City to win is worth a try. However, when you look at the recent head-to-head matches, you can see that United is undefeated in last 3. But this is a type of game that can end 0-0, 0-1, or 1-0. But also it can go over 5 or 6 goals. So, and having said that, let's have a look at how bookies predict the over-under market. So 2.5. Yeah, so under is more probable, under 2.5. Yeah, so bookies think it will be like 1-0, 0-1, 1-1 at the most. I would personally stay away from that because it can really go either way. It would be just a pure flip of a coin for me. 3.4 is definitely a value. However, Manchester United at their home ground, this is. I will definitely watch the game, but this is something that I wouldn't really bet on. So let's look at the other games. Arsenal against Southampton. Alright, so this is 1.457 for Arsenal. For Arsenal, who Arsenal occupying 8th position. As you can see, they lost with Liverpool. in first round, which was a crazy 3-4 game, and then they drew with Leicester, which was a goalless match, in fact. And only recently they beat Watford 1-3. Watford, a team who was only this season promoted to the Premier League. On the other hand, Southampton, with a new coach, the team is not really able at the moment, it seems so, to find a good track, because 1-1 draw with Watford, then 2-0 against United, and then 1-1 with Sunderland at home. It does not look promising against Arsenal. What's typical in Southampton games, as you can see, 0-1, 1-1, 1-0, 1-1, 2-0, and 1-1. So 6 recent games went under 2.5 goals. And this is interesting because bookies expect this one to go over because of the fact that Arsenal is 1.57 to win this. Yeah, as you can see, Arsenal at home scored pretty much, so 3-2 against City, 3-4 against Liverpool. But at the same time, you can see 1-0 and 0-0 against Southampton. Yeah, if you like to go ahead with that, I would this one to go under 2.5, which is around evens. This looks like a good value. Bournemouth against West Brom. It's not that I know too much about that. Bournemouth 205 and West Brom 433, raised from third. Okay, 3.4 up to 4.3. That's interesting. West Brom started pretty well, 0-1 with Crystal Palace, but then beaten by Everton 1-2, and 0-0 with Middlesbrough. Bournemouth 1-3, 1-0, 1-1. 2 goals scored, 2 conceded. 2 goals scored, 5 conceded. That's a tough one. Yeah, you can see when they last met in May, it was 1-1. Then 1-1, 1-2, 2-1, 1-4. Both teams to score. Both teams to score sounds reasonable. Over evens. Bournemouth at home. 1-2, 1-3, 1-1, 1-0. Okay, West Brom away. Yeah, at home they concede a lot. Yeah. If you want to go ahead with this one, I would go with probably with both teams to score yes, which is pretty good odds. 2.1, 2.15, pretty nice. It's definitely a chance that both teams will score, looking at all these results. Now Burnley against Hull City, a lot of injured players for the away side. Both teams promoted to Premier League this season, and two teams that had a pretty much different start, because Hull beat Leicester in the first game, which was shocking for the Premier League champions. Then they beat Swansea 0-2, and It was a 0-0 draw with Manchester United until the 92nd minute. So Hull City looks very promising this season. Burnley defeated by Swansea. Hull beat Swansea. Beat Liverpool 2-0, which is kind of a surprise. And then 3-0 by Chelsea. I think Chelsea, I think they pretty much demolished Burnley. So tomorrow Burnley is 2.4 to win, 3.4 for Hull. Yeah. No, I would really leave this one because, I mean, I would recommend placing a small bet on Hull, but then Burnley beat Liverpool at home 2-0, which kind of tells me that it can go anyway. So yeah, leave that one. Middlesbrough Crystal Palace. Again, 2.3 and 3.6. Middlesbrough at home. Draw 0-0, 1-2, 1-1. Crystal Palace, very poor start of the season. Defeated by West Brom, by Tottenham, and by Crystal Palace. What you can see here is, lack of goals, basically. Both teams last met 3 years ago. This is something that I would stay away from. Bookies expect this to go under, heavily expect. 2.5 for over is a value, but I don't think this will go over 2.5, to be honest. So again, I would leave that one alone. Stoke against Tottenham, the full card of injuries for Stoke, Afellay, Shaqiri, etc. And the team is at the very bottom of the league table. You can see 1-0 against Everton, 1-4 against City, and the 1-1 draw with Middlesbrough in first round. Tottenham, not ideally, 1-1 with Everton, 1-0 with Crystal Palace, 1-1 with Liverpool. Not that convincing yet. Away game for Tottenham, look at that. 2-2, 5-1, I mean these are games from last season. 1-1 with Tottenham, with Everton, not really convincing. Both teams to score looks like a good selection here. Stoke against Everton, how many chances did they have, really? One shot on goal. Okay. 183 for Tottenham. Okay, so both teams to score will be 50-50, I guess. It is 50-50 for Bet365. For other bookies, they think both teams will score. Not a great value in going with either of these. Goals, over 2.5, risky. No, it's not worth it, really. West Ham against Watford. Again, many players injured. So Watford in the relegation zone, 3 defeats, 1 draw. West Ham, they had Chelsea and Manchester City. So hey, I don't think many expected them to be the first 5 places after such 3 games. I think they have potential. They can win this one. The 191 Look, Watford away. Um, they won with Bournemouth 1-0. Um, both teams to score. Not really. Over 2.5. Not really. Yeah, I mean, if I was, I think these odds pretty well reflect the probability. So not, so there's no extreme value in going with West Ham win for 191. But I mean, if you ask me, then I think West Ham will win. Um, but going with 191, I don't know. Um, you can decide. And the game which likely be my trade of the day tomorrow, Liverpool against Leicester. Now this is an exaggeration. Leicester, all right, Premier League champions. Liverpool, yeah, I mean, come on. One win against Arsenal, but then beaten by Burnley and 1-1 against Tottenham. Not very impressive. Leicester started badly with Hull, but then draw against Arsenal and a win against Swansea. 5.5 for their win? No. No. 1.7 for Liverpool? No. This is something that I cannot agree with. Mm, let me look at both teams to score. Yeah, so bookies expect both teams to score. Um, and they expect 3 goals or more, but at the same time, they are pretty sure Liverpool will win. Well, I'm not that sure, to be honest with you. Um, so going with, if you even playing it safe and going with double chance looks like a value. I mean x2 because I mean I wouldn't be so sure um, that Liverpool will win so easily against Leicester. This will be my trade of the day. I think Leicester has a chance to resist Liverpool. In my personal opinion, 1.7 is way too low for Liverpool to win this one. So that's Premier League for tomorrow. What else do we have on the card? League Championship and Bundesliga. Nothing really interesting. I mean, Dortmund playing with Leipzig. I think it's a team with which um, I think they were only promoted this season. They drew with Hoffenheim. 162. That's interesting. Should be less than that. Hey, I would go with a handicap here. Either -1 for at evens, so I'll get my money back if Dortmund wins by 1 goal, or you go with -1.5 for 2.5, saying that Dortmund wins by at least 2 goals. Should be possible. Yeah, I mean, Hoffenheim 2-2. Yeah, I think this is a bit too high. Italy, Juventus Sassuolo. Yeah, I mean, you can expect Juventus to be as low as possible. 1.3, no real value. I think they will win with Sassuolo. Probably it will again be like 1-0 or 2-0 win. I can see. Sassuolo never really scored against Juventus. Both teams to score no will be probably against 1-5. Yeah. Typical. Palermo Napoli. Yeah, Napoli 1-3-3. Yeah, typical. Napoli should win this one easily. And then we have Spain. So, Celta Vigo against Atletico Madrid. This one is very interesting because Celta Vigo at the very bottom, 1 goal in 2 games. 2-1 against Real Madrid, 1-0 against Leganes, but Atletico Madrid not too much better. 0-0 against Leganes, 1-1 against Alaves. I would leave this one alone. In fact, laying Atletico Madrid sounds like a fair idea here. Real Madrid Osasuna, yeah, 1-0-4. No comments really. You won't back Real Madrid at 1-0-4, would you? Malaga against Villarreal. That's let me look at this then. Okay, so both teams had 2 draws. 1-1 against Granada, 0-0 against Sevilla, 2-2 Espanyol, 1-1 Osasuna. Another draw. Villarreal. Oh my God, they're really poor recently. Draw, 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 defeat, 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 draw, defeat, draw. Very poor. Malaga, at least they score goals. And at home, so Malaga looks better. Malaga looks better, but I wouldn't bet my money on them winning this one, to be honest. In fact, both teams to score, yeah, no, is 1.7, not worth it. Sevilla Las Palmas, that's interesting. This one is good. 1.6 and 5.25. Hey, would you expect Las Palmas being at the very top after 2 games? 5-1 against Granada and 2-4 against Valencia. That's good. Sevilla 6-4 against Espanyol, 0-0 against Villarreal. Well, it may be interesting, really. Not the easiest games for Sevilla, I would say. If they win, I don't think it will be more than by 1 goal difference. Both teams to score yes at 1.3. That's crazy. Yeah. That's crazy either. Sorry, this is crazy as well. Yeah, there's definitely value in going for that with that. You can definitely try under 2.5 or both teams to score no. I mean, at these odds, definitely worth a try. I mean, everyone was expecting Sevilla to score a lot of goals after this match against Espanyol and what? And next game ended 0-0. It can be pretty much the same. So, great value here, in my opinion. And last but not least, Barcelona Alaves. Yeah, 107. Can't really expect more than that. So Messi injured, there is some chance of playing. Yeah. Yeah, it similar to Real Madrid or Osasuna really. It's just a matter of how many goals will Barcelona score. And it will be 3 or more in my opinion. The same with Real Madrid. Alright, that's Saturday. Let's quickly look at Sunday. So it's Sunday. Swansea against Chelsea. There is a value here in going with Chelsea. 167, not very impressive, but Chelsea is in a great form. Swansea is not really. And I think you can go ahead with -1 handicap, which is around evens. So if Chelsea wins by 1, you get your money back. If they win by 2, you double your money. Pretty fair. Swansea 14th, Chelsea 3-0, 3 wins in 3 games. Worth a try, in my opinion, definitely. Bundesliga, nothing really interesting. Mainz, Hoffenheim, yeah, anything can happen. And Bremen, Augsburg as well. Syria, no big games here. Valencia, Betis, Granada, Eibar, La Coruña, Athletic Bilbao. Yeah, would leave that one alone. All right, I think that's it. I hope you liked it. Today is Friday. I will be trading Schalke against Bayern, hoping to get some profits there. In the other games, Reading against Ipswich, what's that? Both teams to score looks like a selection. Yeah, would try that. And Real Sociedad Espanyol. Again, a game to watch but not bet on. Alright, hope you liked that preview. I hope I will be able to, if you like this one, just leave a comment and I will try to record more of these videos. We have Champions League next week and a lot of games in front of us, full season. So if you like that, let me know and I will be sharing my views on these games. Good luck with your betting, trading, stay green, and see you later.